Hello, good evening and welcome to McDonagh Park, Nina. Our coverage this evening covers the North Tipperary Losers Group final between Toomevara, county champions, and formative opposition and really stern opposition to Toomevara this evening, Borris-Ileigh. Borris-Ileigh defeated Portrue last week to qualify for this final, and this evening their side just shows one change in position from the side that defeated Portrue, and that is that Martin Hayes starts at right corner forward and Aidan Ryan moves out in the wing. Toomevara, on the other hand, will play almost an unchanged team that defeated Borris-Ileigh last week. They in fact have just one change as well. Michael Murphy moves out to centre forward and Liam Flaherty moves into full forward. These are the only positional switches from the sides that played their last games last week. Right, okay. And now we're almost ready for the commencement of the game. Borris-Ileigh will be defending the goal on the right in this first half. Borris, who so often in the past few seasons haven't really been able to match Toom, but we feel this evening that they have a very, very good chance of upsetting the odds. Toom, of course, starting as favourites as reigning county champions, but in the North Championship this season got defeated by Nina in the first round, and in the losers group had to beat teams. They had to beat Borris-Ileigh last week, and before that they had a lucky escape in defeating Newport. Borris-Ileigh, on the other hand, who played their first round game against Moneygall and lost that, and then had to take command of themselves, and to get this far had beaten St. Audrey's, and last week defeated Portrue, a very strong Portrue side, given plenty to think about for long periods of the game, but in the end a couple of decisive goals swung it in Borris-Ileigh's favour. The referee for this evening is once again Michael Lenihan, who refereed the Borris-Ileigh Portrue game last week, and we're almost ready, and in goes the ball, and the first pull is on, and a great pull there, but goes right into the Borris-Ileigh corner. Coming to Big Timmy, stepped in there with Rory Brislair, and Big Timmy out towards the touchline, trying to burrow his way around, looks, hits the ball, has his puck blocked out, it goes into Declan O'Malley, in there to clear for the Toommen, very close to the touchline. Going up there is Tommy Dunn. Tommy Dunn collects it, palms it ahead, there to Michael Murphy, a late challenge there, and it's a free to Toomevara. It's almost just very near the halfway line, well back just outside their own 65, and the take for this one will be Tommy Dunn, about 2 or 3 yards in from touch. We're now just a half a minute or so. Tommy now, little or no wind, absolutely dead calm, so no side with an advantage either way in the first half, as Tommy Dunn's ball drops right into the square, dangerous ball, put up, great catch there by Mark Rabeat. Mark Rabeat coming out, clears it out to the far side, dropping just short of his own 65 metre line, coming to it together there. There's Michael O'Mara and Tom's there. Tom Sterling gets the better of the pull there, gets it out over the touchline. It's going to be a line ball for Toomevara. I'm sure that'll be a ply of the Borris-men in this first half to try and keep the ball moving as fast as possible into the full forward line. This line ball for Toomevara to be taken by Phil Shanahan. Phil Shanahan now getting the whistle there, pulls, he sends a good one into the centre. Going up there is John McGrath. John collects it at the second attempt, catches hooked there by Tommy Dunn. The ball, Aidan and Tidder, and John Ryan tries to get it out of it. Added to there by John McGrath into his centre. Across comes Aidan Ryan over his own 65 metre line. He plays a low ball into Francis Dwyer. Francis Dwyer coming out ahead of Pat Maher. Leaves the ball after him. Pulled on there by Michael O'Mara now. Doesn't get it very far. He's straight into the hands of Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan shoots and sends the ball over the bar for the opening score. A very neat, opportunist point there for Borris-Ileigh in the first minute or 2 minutes of this game.
Well, very well taken point by Aidan Ryan.
Very neat opportunism there after half clearance by Michael O'Mara. Jody Grace with the puck out for Toomevara, right down, great puck, dropping down about 40 metres out from the ball field, batted down by John McGrath, added to there by Joe Lucknan, coming over to 65, blocked down by Declan O'Mara, only into the path, but it comes back towards Declan O'Mara. There's Tony Delaney, tackled there by John McGrath, gone out over the top. John McGrath using his weight there and shoving out Tony Delaney over the touchline there, so it's a line ball for the Borris-Ileigh men, almost dead in the centre of the field. John McGrath now coming up and about to take this line ball himself. Taking great care. John now coming up. Keeps it low this side again. We're crawling across as Michael O'Mara ahead of Tom Stay, has his puck half blocked down where it comes towards Conor Stay. Conor starting trying to go around. Michael O'Mara gets across to the far side. Where coming across is Martin Hayes. Martin Hayes as his shot go right across the face of the goal there and go out over the end line and wide. Good attack there by Borris, but just not yielding the fruit that they would have desired anyway. And Toom live to lift the siege and are now about to get the puck out in the presence of Jody Grace, who pucks it right down the centre, batted down the Bobby Ryan. Only gets it across to the far side. Going over here is Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan being followed down now by Liam Nolan. Liam Nolan gets into the centre. Sean Ryan is there for Borris-Ileigh. Gets it back to Michael Ryan. Good Ryan coordination there. Gets across to Joel Nugnan, standing all alone, but not for long. Getting it across to the far side towards Aidan Ryan and Phil Shannon. Aidan Ryan getting around it. Being tackled now by Phil Shannon. Aidan Ryan is there again. Tries to get it up. Being tackled and knocked away from him. Been fouled there as he does so, and so it's a free to the Borris men and a free into Borris-Ileigh, and coming out to take this one will be Conor Stake, and well within Conor's reach as it's just inside the Borris-Ileigh half of the field and about 25 yards in from touch. It's Conor now with no wind either way, looks at the post, strikes it high, strikes it good, but goes over the bar. There can't be much in it, but it's gone over the bar, so second point for Borris as we come up to 4 minutes of this first half. Borris certainly have started in a calm fashion as the ball comes outside. Liam Flaherty, that lets the ball go to the ground, being tackled there by two Borris, and gets up his puck. Up there, he gets up towards Tommy Dunn. Tommy Dunn has the ball knocked away from John McGrath. In the Borris man tossing well. Conor pulls on it on the ground. Michael O'Mara misses it. Tom Stapleton in there. Pulls out the second time. Tom gets it the second time. Coming out to Francis Dwyer. Ahead of Pat Maher. Right close to the touchline. Crosses a good ball into the centre. We're coming across and Conor Stapleton takes it up there. He takes the bait. Being tackled by two Toomevara. Gets into Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan tries to go around Michael O'Mara. Shoots instead on his other side and shoots instead over the bar. A very good point for Borris-Ileigh.
Very well taken point there by Aidan Ryan. And Tom Stapleton was very good there in that melee. Broke the ball out to Conor, and Conor to Aidan Ryan and over the bar.
A great opening there by the Borris men in the first 5 minutes or so as the ball broken down there by Michael Murphy towards Tommy Carroll. Tommy Carroll looks at the post, strikes, and it's tailed too much for the Toom, and it's gone to the right and gone wide. So the first puck out for Borris-Ileigh to be taken in the presence of the goalie Nolly Maher. Nolly now a long puck out down again, dropping down about 40 yards from the Toom goal. Well batted out there by Michael O'Mara, getting it half added to there. He added to there John Ryan, but when he gets his back intercepted there by Bobby Ryan for Borris-Ileigh, getting it up there, stopped by Michael O'Mara again. Michael O'Mara across into the centre towards this side between Sean Ryan now and Terry Dunn. Sean Ryan wins the ball on the ground. He gets it towards Declan O'Mara, leaves it after him. Added to there by Francis Dwyer, who books it more out than in, but gets it a good ball across to Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan ahead of Phil Shannon, crosses the dangerous ball into the centre there. When big Timmy Stelton comes out, but is beaten to there by Rory Bustan. When he gets it out towards Conor Stelton, Conor turns one way, then turns the other way, strikes hurriedly, but strikes to the left and strikes wide. So an opportunity may be missed there, but the Borris men certainly shoving up to the Toom men in the early stages of this game, but there's a long way to go yet. And Toom have been renowned in the past few seasons for their great comebacks. So with it all to do with the ball, long ball puck out by Jody Grace. Only there is Matt Raby playing fullback. Only by Tommy Dunn. Tommy Dunn has it now, trying to jinx his way around Sean Ryan, being tackled also by Michael Ryan. Gets his puck in just the same. Dangerous ball across the batter down there, back towards the goalie, soccer style. Nolly jinxed with it and still gets it out there to safety. However, back to help his defensive Joe Lucknan palms it neatly in towards Seamus Maher. Seamus Maher is tackled and hooked, or John Joe Maher. They are mixed up in identities there, but however it comes back to Phil Shannon, who sends a high attacking ball dropping inside the Borris-Ileigh 21-yard line. Two Borris men there. The one that gets is Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan coming out and stylishly as ever swings it out to this. Doesn't get it very far, but gets it out high and beautifully caught there by John McGrath, going football style, getting it up, but only gets as far as Pat Maher, who neatly passes into Michael O'Mara. Michael O'Mara hits a long ball in there, but Matt Rabeat is in there with the hand first time inside his own 21-yard line, sends a high attacking ball dropping way over the 65-metre line, the Toomevara 65-metre line. They're jinking him with there, but back there too is Liam Flaherty, and back a long way from his own goal, but still collects the ball, sends it down to where John McGrath, high ball, gets it over the head of Michael O'Mara, towards Conor Stake, and Conor Stake in there too, but and coming out to clear it is Liam Flaherty playing away out from goal, but the ball is broken this side where it comes to Joe Lucknan across to Bobby Ryan. Bobby low, hard down and dangerous attacking ball, but it's too far, and the corner forwards having the full forward line having moved out too far there, and the ball goes in over their heads and out over the end line and wide, and some instructions being shouted to the full forward line of the Borris-Ileigh team to stay back in their positions there from the mentors. As Jody Grace pucks out the ball once again, a long ball between John McGrath and Michael Murphy there. Ball is broken inside. Joe Lucknan is there for Borris. So also there is Tommy Dunn, pans it out, but he gets it out to John Ryan, or Terry Dunn, which is it, but it gets across John Ryan. John Ryan gets back to Michael Murphy, who's battled off it, and back Aidan Ryan, back helping his defence all over the place, going off on the solo and crossing his own 65-metre line. About to hit it now, gets it across to the far side for the open space between Martin Hayes over there and they're also to Micheline Delaney, but neither of them there. But Phil Shannon gets it out a shortest bit, doesn't get it very far. Pulled down by Conor Stakelum, back into that far corner again. Going after it now is Tom Stakelum and Rory Buslan, very close to touchline. Tom Stakelum goes to ground, gets up, has the ball at his feet. Rory Buslan is there, gets it out and comes back in to help his defence is Michael O'Malley. Michael O'Malley seeing out a high ball, dropping right almost in the centre of the field. Pulled on there by John Ryan, misses it just where it goes back to Liam Flaherty. But pulled on first time for Borris-Ileigh, Sean Ryan into the unmarked Declan O'Malley, who's helped out by his brother Michael, but he actually hits off with the Borris man and comes to breaks the Conor Stakelum. Conor high over his shoulder, dropping right in between Timmy Stapleton and pulled on by Timmy Stapleton there, and a hard pull, but the referee has deemed that there's been an infringement there by one of the Borris-Ileigh men, so it's going to be a free out to Toomevara and relief for the two men there. Well, Toom seem to be coming into it a little bit more in the last 5 minutes or so.
A good lively match so far. John McGrath, Bobby Ryan played very well for Borris-Ileigh at this point.
In the first 10 minutes or so, the ball drops in there and broken down where Michael Murphy kicks it ahead in there to John Jamar and Michael Nolan. Need to get it. The ball is broken out there. Toomevara man down. Sean Ryan gets it out, and he comes to Tommy Cal. Tommy Cal being bottled up there by Borrisman. Gets it out to Tory Delaney. Tory Delaney trying to forge his way around to Borrisman. Doesn't succeed in doing so. Going backwards now. John McGrath first time pulls it there into the centre. This is a very determined and added to there beautifully by Tom Stelling. Toss Francis the wire. Beats Pat Maher. Then a pulled wide open space there. Timmy Stales and Rory Buslan. Rory Buslan gets there first. Tells Declan O'Malley. Declan O'Malley clears it out. Gets a low ball up the centre. Half blocked by Joe Lucknan, but fully taken away there by Tony Delaney. Tony Delaney loses his helmet and is fouled as he does so, and it's going to be a free in to Toomevara from just outside the Borris-Ileigh 65-metre line, almost dead in front of the goals, and I'm sure Michael Nolan will be coming out to take this one and try and get Toomevara's opening score, as we're now playing 10 and a half minutes of this first half, and Toomevara have still failed to register a score. Michael Nolan now in his familiar stance, rises, strikes, keeps it low and hard, but is tailing a bit to the right, and uncharacteristic for Michael there, he sends the ball to his right and sends it wide. So the referee is going in to have a chat with somebody in there. I don't know whether he's telling some of these guys to get off the field or what, but he's having a chat with somebody behind the goals there now. Yes, in fact he's telling some of the men behind the goals to move over to the sideline, as Nolly Maher will prepare to take this puck out now. Nolly, who's been so dependable between the lads since he took up that position some years ago, has a high puck out towards Aidan Ryan. Tom Stales and Michael O'Malley. Michael O'Malley catches stylishly and beautifully kicks it into the centre. We may do that man in Thurles maybe tomorrow yet, but as the ball goes into the centre of the field, beautifully added to there by John McGrath. A real fast ball in and going dangerously close to the end line, gone over the end line. Brilliant pull there by John McGrath from the centre of the field, right in and going over the end line there. And a puck out for the two men. Jody Grace about to take this puck out. Borris-Ileigh have not registered a score in the last 5 or 6 minutes or so after that. Joe Lucknan puts up his high tackle there, but ball breaks to Liam Flaherty, despite the hook of Aidan Ryan, gets out the ball between Michael Nolan and John Joe Maher. John Joe has the ball headed back there, but he goes back after himself and coming out ahead of a beautiful strike there off of Michael Nolan. Beautifully cut there by Aidan Ryan off of Phil Shannon. Loses it in transit. Phil Shannon is there, but Aidan Ryan wins it back. Aidan Ryan is fouled as he does so, and it's going to be a free. And what the referee is in fact giving the advantage there, and the ball having gone over the touchline is now going to be a line ball to the Borris men to be taken by Joe Lucknan. Joe Lucknan now taking great care. Make sure he gets the maximum amount of distance. Joe comes up now, hits it into the centre, where it's blocked there by Conor State, and Conor State being tackled there by Toomevara, but still gets around and going off in a solo, strikes it high and hard, but strikes it to the left, and strikes it wide, and that will certainly have to go down as an opportunity missed, and untypical of Conor State to miss, but he may have shot a little hurriedly there, as Jody Grace prepares once again, and Borris can ill afford to have these wides mounting up as Jody Grace pucks it to the clouds. Will drop down now between Tommy Dunn and John McGrath. John McGrath puts up the hurley one-handed, then comes along, tackles Tommy Delaney, tackles Tommy Dunn there and fouls him as he does so. So it's going to be a free to the two men. John McGrath there will fix his boot, and meanwhile there's going to be a free to Toomevara, which Michael Nolan will come out to take and try and register Toomevara's first score. A more difficult one than the last one, but Michael Nolan now rises, strikes, keeps a good direction this time. It looks good, and it's all the way, and it's the opening score for the Toomevara men as we come up to a quarter of an hour or so. This 14 minutes of this first half. It's 3 points for Borris-Ileigh, 1 point for Toomevara. And Nolly Maher's long puck out will drop down between Conor Stakes and Declan O'Mara. Conor pulls, Declan puts up his hand, neither of them get it. Tony Delaney is there, neatly picks it up, falls to the ground. Is this puck blocked down by John McGrath, and a free in there for a rather hard pull there by Tony Delaney. I must say I consider it a little unfortunate there to have given away that free, but that's the way it is. And Conor Stakes now comes out to take this free and try and maintain Borris's 3-point advantage. Now Conor bends, lifts, strikes, and he's tailed it, and it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. Sometimes maybe these fellas will be better, that there might be a little wind in it, but it's a chance missed. And Jody Grace, thinking about a puck out, takes it fairly quickly. Gets it up the far side now. Up there, Michael Murphy tries to rub his hand, doesn't collect it. Bobby Ryan collects it instead and gets it back down the centre. Where coming towards Rory Bislar, coming out ahead of Timmy Stale and clears a good ball up. Only gets as far as Joe Lucknan on his own 65 as his puck half locked down. But it breaks to Liam Floud. Liam Floud in turn his puck half locked down, but it breaks kindly for Phil Shannon, who picks it up. And as his puck locked down brilliantly by Aidan Ryan, having a brilliant game as usual, neatly picks up his man on this side, John McGrath. Shakes off the tackle there, Tommy Dunn strikes high and strikes. Then the ball is dropping in there, and it's gone over the end line and gone wide.
The Borris are starting to mount up a few wides. That's 3 I count now in the last few minutes. But a real old tussle is developing between John McGrath and Tony Delaney.
As Jody Grace pucks it out now down the centre again. Up goes Sean Ryan there, and ball breaking. John McGrath breaking to Tony Delaney, has the ball knocked away from him, gets it back at the second attempt, can't get round the swinging stick, gets it up instead to Michael Murphy. Michael Murphy looks at the post, hits it high and hits it good, and Toom are back in business. A good point there by Michael Murphy, and it's now 3 points to 2. 3 points to 2, the two men back within 1 point, and now these wides that Borris may have been driving maybe proved a little bit costly, but it's a long way to go yet as Nolly Maher's puck out goes between Phil Shanahan and Aidan Ryan. The two-man wins this one, hips it ahead a bit, gets it away, trying to get away from Aidan Ryan, succeeds in doing so this time, right into the centre. Liam Nolan comes out ahead, bats the ball out, pulled on there by Mark Rabib, but only gets as far as Tommy Dunn. Tommy Dunn getting away from Sean Ryan, looks at the post, strikes high, but this one may have tailed a little to the left. It has in fact, and it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. So it still remains 3 points to 2, but Toom seem to have come more and more into it in the last few minutes or so. Of course it is a do-or-die effort for Borris today, and that if they lose they're gone for the year, whereas if Toomevara lose they're still back in the county championship. Conor Stakely winning the ball, getting the ball over to the far side there where Micheline Delaney comes out ahead of Martin Hayes. Two Toomevara in there together. Martin Hayes gets the better of the duel, and the ball juggling. He's tackled there by Declan O'Mara, gets it out to Conor Stakely. Conor Stakely on his left side shoots this one, and it looks good this time. And it has, in fact, it's gone over the bar. Yes, Conor putting this one between the sticks. A great relief and confidence to him there to have to see that one go over, as the last few he's attempted have gone wrong. And it's now 4 points for Borris-Ileigh, 2 points for Toomevara as we come up 17 minutes in this first half. Bobby Ryan bats it out ahead there, Michael Murphy. And the ball breaks, so it's collected there by Mark Rabib, operating very far out from goal for full back. Takes the tackle there, Tommy Dunn. In fact, he's been penalised himself for carrying the ball too far, and it's going to be a free to Toomevara from about 60 yards out from the, or 65 yards out from the Borris-Ileigh goal, and a chance for Toom to reduce the deficit to the bare minimum once again as Michael Nolan comes out to take this free. Michael now taking great care. Sees he gets the range right and the accuracy rises high, keeps it lower this time, but still the accuracy is okay, and it's gone over the bar, and it's now back to 4 points to 3 once again.
Seems to be very accurate today from the freeze.
As Nolly Maher now prepares to take this puck out. Nolly gives it plenty of air, dropping down this side now between John McGrath and Tony Delaney. John McGrath puts up his hand, the ball breaks away, here comes to Conor Station, turns one within, turns the other, hits back over towards Martin Hayes on the far side. Martin Hayes bats it down into the centre, but there to collect is Phil Shannon. Phil Shannon strikes it into his own area, but Joe Lucknan is there for Borris, being tackled by Liam Flaherty. And Liam Flaherty wins the duel, gets it up and on the far side, a good pull. While going back to it is Bobby Ryan. Bobby Ryan checks off the tackle there, Michael Murphy, and sends the ball down in between, right into the danger zone there for the Toomevara men, but the ball broke into the centre and cleared out by Toomevara. How's Tommy Dunn? Tommy Dunn getting away from Sean Ryan, getting it up to the far side, but Bobby Ryan putting up his hand ahead of Michael Murphy there and clearing it intelligently over to the far side, where it comes towards Tom Stapleton. Tom Stapleton from an acute angle shoots, and a good point there for Borris by Tom Stapleton. They kept playing that wing and it worked to their advantage as they've now increased their lead to 2 points, 5 points to 3. And this is really developing into one hell of a ding-dong battle, as most people would have expected. Jody Grace pucks it out to the far side this time. Going up and batted down there by John Doggy Ryan. Gets it down, but Phil Shanahan half blocks it down, fully clears it over to the far side between Liam Nolan and Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan is there, going back into the corner, trying to get around Liam Nolan. Goes to the ground. Is deemed to have been fouled, and it's a free out to the Borris men. I think a bit of the old experience playing its part there. And Borris, however, win the free anyway, and it's going to be a free out which Mark Rabish will take. 20 minutes gone, and a good steady 20 minutes for both sides. Maybe not so much maybe for Toom in the opening minutes, but they certainly come into it. As the ball goes across to the far side, Joe Lucknan neatly collects it there, passes it out ahead into space there for Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan has it now, gone ahead of Liam Flaherty, heading towards the corner flag. Martin Hayes will be a loose man inside if he can see him in time. He gets seizing too late, and the ball goes over off Toomevara defender there, out for the 65, but it could have been more dangerous had he seen the inside man for the Borris men there sooner. However, they've won themselves a 65 and a chance for Conor to increase their lead to 3 points once again. 5 to 3 they lead as we are now 21 minutes in the first half. A very difficult angle, only about 5 or 6 metres in from touch. Now, Conor now taking great care. Strikes, keeps it as low as he can. A dangerous stopping ball, dropping right in, neatly caught there by Jody Grace. Cool, calm and collective, and a good clearance out. Dropping down there, John McGrath has it, half has it, Din gets it in, good clearance. Going after it now is Tommy Dunn and Joe Lucknan. Joe Lucknan boots it ahead, rugby style. Well, only gets it out, Declan Lamar didn't, but he follows it on himself. Declan Lamar takes him out of it then, and Declan Lamar neatly swings over his head and collects a good ball. Edited there by Tommy Carroll away from the hand of Mark Rabish, but the ball goes off the Toomevara man there, and it must be a line ball for the Borris men. A line ball for the Borris men, and there Sean Ryan, the wing back, going back to take it. Now, Sean comes up, keeps it low into the centre. John McGrath gets that fellow pulled in there by John McGrath, but only says Tony Delaney. The ball doesn't top kindly for in there as Conor Station to try and get it away for the Borris men. Liam Flaherty is there, back to Joe Lucknan. Joe Lucknan can't possibly strike it there. Been tackled by Tommy Dunn, gets it up, goes after Conor Station, gone back into his own half now, and still manages, despite the best efforts of Tony Delaney, a long attacking ball down to Timmy Stapleton and Rory Beslan. Timmy Stapleton being held off it there, but still succeeds in getting away from his man. But there to help the Toomevara men is Michael Lamar. Martin Hayes doesn't get the kind bunch, but collected there for Phil Shanahan for Toomevara to John Ryan. John Ryan gets it across into the centre. Only gets it to Joe Lucknan, who neatly passes it to Conor Station. Conor Station looks at the post, strikes it all the time in the world, and hits it straight over the bar and puts the Borris men. Well, it's, I think, more only just about what Borris deserve for the pressure they've been sustaining there for the last few minutes, that they have built up their 3-point lead again. The lead now 6 to 3. As we are now in the 24 minutes. 23 minutes gone in this first half. Out the far side of the field it goes. John Ryan goes to ground. Michael Murphy has it now in half time, but gets it back into the centre where there as John Ryan is tackled there and loses the hurley by Bobby Ryan coming away with the ball there, asking no questions there as he goes across the halfway line, gets into the centre, doesn't get a great ball ahead of Michael O'Mara, but then follows it up himself, and he's helped there by Tom Stapleton. Tom Stapleton, 3 Toomevara to 1 Borris. Michael O'Mara doesn't get a great clearance, only gets across the unmarked John McGrath, and the referee has spotted something there off the ball, and he's now giving he's going in there to have a word with Conor Stakelum, I think. And in fact he's having a word with Conor Stakelum, and 25 minutes, as we come to 25 minutes, a small bit of stalemate there. In fact, it's a knock that Conor Stakelum was taken there on the head. It's going to be.
Has been a very interesting match to date. Very close, very tough, very little between them. A lot of missed chances, particularly on the Borris-Ileigh side. Borris-Ileigh opened very brightly, but Toom came back into it. And now at this stage, it's still anybody's game.
Now as Conor Stakelum has received some running repairs there. Everything seems to be okay again. Very tough, clean sporting encounter up to now, and there's no reason why it shouldn't continue that way. Certainly Borris-Ileigh made going all out this evening, as a do or die effort for them. Defeat this evening means holidays for the rest of the year, whereas defeat for Toomevara doesn't all out meet it, but certainly Toomevara will not want to maybe be meeting Borris further down the line. And the prize for this evening's winners is a place in the semi-final against Nina, the current North champions. Moneygall and Ross Gray will play in the other semi-final. So whoever comes through this evening certainly has a long way to go before they can feel that they have a North Championship won. And now, as everything seems to be okay again, Michael Nolan back almost on his own 65-metre line, prepares to take this long free as he lifts now and strikes. And this will be a dangerous ball. It may go all the way. It's dropping down, it's stopping, and it's dropped to the left and it's dropped wide. So if Borris-Ileigh can do it on one side, the two men can do it on the other. As we're now moving into the last 5 minutes of the first half, well, we will have a bit of injury time as well, but it's the puck out to Borris as the lead, 6 points to 3. Meanwhile, there seems to be, and there's a few changes on the Toom team. Michael Murphy is now going centre field, and Kevin Kennedy has entered the fray at centre forward. Tony Delaney has gone out, but anyway, the ball breaks to Michael O'Mara. Michael O'Mara sends a good ball across to this side between Michael Ryan and Tommy Carroll. Tommy Carroll gets it up, being followed there by Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan tries to go around him, gets room to swing his stick, but gets room only to swing it and drive it wide. And that may be attributed to the persistent marking there of Michael Ryan as he kept after his man. Good tight defensive work by the Borris men. And as Nolly Maher once again prepares to puck out down this one, let's see how Michael Murphy and John McGrath get on under this one. Up goes the ball goes off, and Tony Delaney there, and Declan O'Mara is being called out there and being told by the referee, and the referee is punishing him by giving a free in to the Borris men. And John McGrath really having a fine game for the Borris men this evening. Conor Stakelum now prepares to take this free. Bends, lifts, strikes and hits this one good and hits it over the bar. And now the Borris men have increased their lead to 4 points. It's 7 points for Borris-Ileigh, 3 for Toomevara. Well, as we move into the last 3 minutes or so, well, we may have a bit of injury time for that injury to Conor Stakelum, but Jody Grace pucks it out to the far side now. Up goes Kevin Kennedy. The ball breaks off there, collected neatly by Bobby Ryan, who sends a high ball right down the centre. Coming out is Francis Dwyer, pulls it, breaking inside to Timmy Stapleton. Timmy Stapleton, using his weight to great effect, gets it across towards Tom Stapleton. Tom hasn't time to swing his stick. It's tackled there by Phil Shannon, coming out the field, gets it across towards Aidan Ryan. The Borris-men linking up very well. Aidan is tackled there by Liam Flaherty, gets it at the second time, going off in the solo run. This typical solo run that we become so accustomed to, going right into the corner, strikes it from the corner, needs a very acute angle, when he may have been better to keep the ball in play, because a puck out at this stage is a very, very costly thing with the puck outs that Jody Grace can inflict on defences. So maybe he'd be better off, but however, a very good solo run. And Jody Grace pucks it out, keeps it low up the centre of the field. John McGrath and Michael Murphy, neither of them get it. Bobby Ryan half gets it, but he's beaten to by Kevin Kendi. Kevin Kendi going off in the solo run, being followed there by Bobby Ryan. Has his puck half locked down, falls to the ground. In there too, to collect him is John Ryan. Michael Nolan is in there. Nobody knows who has it. Gets it across to Tommy Cowell. Tommy Cowell being battled up there by the Borris-men, but 2 or 3 of them loose. And now John Ryan bringing out the ball is Bobby Ryan. Bobby Ryan, a Borris-man fouled somewhere in there. And certainly fantastic inspiration being given to the Borris defence there by each one backing themselves up to the very last. And great discipline not to give away a free, and in fact they've won a free, and this free will be taken about 35 metres out from the Borris goal by their fullback Mark Rabeat. Well, it was going to be that distance, but 1 minute of ordinary time left. Very crucial stage of the match. For a goal for either side of this stage would put great heart into them. Mark Rabeat keeps it at the far side. It's Martin Hayes coming out there with Phil Shannon. The ball going breaking into the corner. Out comes Timmy Stales, and Timmy Stales can be beaten to there by Rory Brislan. Brislan gets a good clearance up to the far side. Going back into there is John Ryan. John Ryan trying to be tackled there by John Ryan. Gets it very close to touch and goes over the touchline there. It's going to be a line ball. It's going to be a line ball for the Toomevara men. And now there's going to be a substitution on the Borris-Ileigh team. And Francis Dwyer seems to be getting the call to the touchline as Jody Boyle prepares to enter the fray. A very calculated time to make a substitution, in that it may break the momentum of the other team at this stage and waste a few more precious seconds. But the one thing that Borris-Ileigh don't want to concede at this stage is either a score at all, but the worst thing of all would be a goal. So to be taken, the line ball to be taken for on the far side for Toom by Phil Shanahan. Phil now coming up. He hits it a good ball into the centre of John McGrath, going back there. John playing everywhere this evening, going back there and using his weight to great effect. Hits it out ahead, right, gets it out towards Bobby Ryan. Bobby Ryan trying to get away from his marker, leaves the ball after him and goes back. Kevin Kendi can't hit it at the first attempt, but Tommy Dunn can. Tommy Dunn strikes and Tommy Dunn shoots, and it's a good point there. A good point there for the Toomevara men as we now moving into injury time. Ordinary time is up, so we're now at the discretion of the referee. Now Nolly Maher. Nolly now coming out to take this puck out. Pucks at a good ball down this side of the field. It's going to drop between Declan O'Mara and the ball is back up there. It comes across Kevin Kendi. Kevin Kendi standing off there with Bobby Ryan, but getting across Kevin Kendi gets across towards Liam Nolan. Liam Nolan has the ball knocked away from him there by Mark Rabeat. And the second time scooped out a bit of Joe Luck now, but they're into the unmarked Liam Flaherty. His puck brilliantly blocked down there, but gets to the second time and is tackled again by Joe Luck now. Going off in the solo and pans into the centre. Liam Nolan he's tackled there by Bobby Ryan. Pulls wide. In there too is Joe Luck now again. And the ball got across to Kevin Kendi. Kevin Kendi being followed there by 2 Borris-men. He tries to hit it, gets it in low, but only gets into the out comes Michael Ryan thundering out of the defence ahead of Tommy Cowell and clears a good ball over to the far side towards Martin Hayes and Phil Shannon. Martin Hayes has his height, gets the ball up towards Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan ahead of Mickey in the lane. The ball breaks. Michael O'Mara's back there coming for Toomevara. Getting across in only into the unmarked John McGrath. John McGrath looks at the post, strikes high, strikes good, and strikes over the bar, and a magnificent point there for Borris-Ileigh right from the centre of the field. And an inspirational score as we move. We must be dead on half time. We're playing 1 minute of injury time now. It's now 8 points for Borris, 4 points for Toomevara. Out comes the puck out to the centre of the field. Connor State collects it neatly and stylishly there on the hurley. Gets away from Tommy Dunn. Gets it into the centre where is Rory Brislan and Timmy Stell. Big Timmy had managed to get the referee sees a foul there by Timmy Stelton on Rory Brislan. He's giving a free out to Toomevara. To be fair to him, I suppose it was a free out, so Coming out to take it is Jody Grace, and with the puck that Jody can, with the power he can mount into a puck, this one will well and truly be dropping in the Borris-Ileigh square. Jody now. Now Jody now lifts, strikes with all the power he can put behind it, and it certainly is a good one. Dropping just inside Borris' 21-yard line. Borris in there, Toomevara trying to get across, and back comes Bobby Ryan, strikes it out to the unmarked Joe looking at. Oh, tries to. He's lucky he had so much time as he missed it the first time. Gets it at the second attempt. Getting out towards Aidan Ryan there, Michael O'Mara. Ball breaks there, comes to Martin Hayes. Knocked away from there by Phil Shanahan. Phil Shanahan gets it over along the far wing between Michael Nolan and John Jamar. John Jamar bats it down to the unmarked Michael Murphy, about to be tackled now by Tom Stapleton. Takes off the tackle of both Borris men and gets it to the loose man there, who's John Ryan, who loses it. Can't get it at the second attempt. Gets it then to the second attempt and gets away from two Borris men and crosses a dangerous ball, dropping right into the square. A dangerous lobbing ball there, drive close to the touch the end line. Can't be controlled there as the ball goes out over the end line. And we're now 2 minutes into injury time, and I'm sure that there's a Toomevara man down injured. As the referee, in fact, is going in there, I'm sure this will probably be the last action of the first half anyway. Liam Nolan seems to be injured there. Well, this first half has been everything that we've wished for. It may have had a few wides that we mightn't have expected, but it certainly has plenty of drama and excitement. And as of yes, we haven't had a goal. So Borris lead 8-4 and carrying the fight to the champions.
We must be on the verge of half time now, and it has been a tremendous first half. Determination, guts, everything was in that display there today.
And the referee now asked Nolly Maher to puck out the ball. I think he's calling for the ball, so he is in fact calling for the ball, and a very entertaining first half ends with Borris-Ileigh leading by 8-4, and on the overall play and on the overall opportunities created, just about deserved that lead. But I'm sure Toomevara will have an awful lot to say in the coming second half. Little or no, absolutely no wind whatsoever, so no wind advantage to either side. The score now at 8-4. We will leave it now for a few minutes, but don't go away, as we will be back for what promises to be a most, as both sides merge from the tunnel there and come on to contest this second half. We're really looking forward to some scintillating stuff as we've had in the first half. Just having a look around to see if there are any late changes on either side. All the Borris men seem to be there that were there in the first half anyway, except for Francis Dwyer, who was substituted just a minute before half time. Toomevara, who made some positional switches as well as personnel switches in the first half, seem to be happy with their forces at half time. And the referee now, Michael Linehan. Michael Linehan prepares to start this second half. Now the ball is thrown in, and in goes the ball, and Toomevara are the first on the attack. But the attack is half broken. Well, it's not broken. Michael O'Mara, and now Borris going away on the attack. And Tom Stapleton tops the ball. He's after him. There's Declan O'Mara, who's thrown away the helmet for this second half. Pucks a good attacking ball down the far side. Michael Ryan is there, in tackle there. Pulls first time, very close to the touchline. Going out is Liam Flaherty. Half tackle there by John McGrath. Gets into the centre. Tommy Carroll is there, trying to get around John Jamar. Passes it out, but only passes it to the unmarked Tom Stapleton. Tom Stapleton making up for his miss there just a minute ago. Gets the ball up by Martin Hayes. The high flying Martin Hayes gets it inside to big Timmy Sterling. Timmy Sterling kicks. And Timmy Sterling kicks it over the bar, and maybe there might be an omen in that for the Munster football final tomorrow. But great catch there, the two tall Borris-Ileigh men going for the ball and outfielding the Toomevara backline there. As Jody Grace pucks it out, keeps it low distance down the centre, half pulled, but the ball misses, goes right through. John McGrath going up and getting away there and getting the ball up and along the far side. Where it's come towards Jody Bile, the ball breaks inside, in back there too with Rory Buslan, about to be tackled, still gets in his clearance. Gets it down to the far side. Coming out is Kevin Kendi. Kevin Kendi goes ahead up, but Bobby Ryan coming back there too with John McGrath. John McGrath seems to be over here, loses the ball, but still goes after it now. He's trying to get away. There is Terry Dunn. Terry Dunn is on the ground, but still the ball goes into play. And it comes in Tommy Carroll. I don't know how he got it up, but It may have been got up illegally, and the referee has spotted something else there now. He's going across to check on the far side. And he's in fact giving, looks like it's going to be a free into Toomevara. No, in fact it's going to be a throw-in, and it's going to be between Bobby Ryan and Michael Nolan. A hard pull there. Bobby seems to be the better of the duel. Nolan pulls, was wild, I'm afraid, and loses Costi side a free there. And Bobby using all his experience there. Bobby Ryan using his experience there, winning the free. And Macrobeat coming out to take it as Borris-Ileigh 9-4. And we're now playing 2 minutes of the second half. A high attacking ball. Ball will drop on the Toomevara 21-yard line. Inside, up goes Timmy Stapleton again. But loses this one to Roy Bislan. And gets the ball, Roy having a fine game at full back for Toomevara. Gets the ball out. The ball passes the Borris-Ileigh 65 metres, and Kevin Kennedy turns one within, turns the other. Sends a attacking ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh 21, but in there too is Macrobeat coming out almost all alone and clears it out to this side of the field. That's going to break between Michael O'Mara and Tom Stapleton. Neither of them get it. Connor Stapleton is back there trying to help it one-handed, but the ball breaks. Tom Stapleton is there once again. Michael O'Mara is also there for Toomevara. Be tackled by Connor Stapleton. 3 Borris-Ileigh, and he shakes off the tree and plans it into the centre where his brother Declan is there. Brother going back in field, crossing his own 65 metre line, gets the lowest clearance, half knocked down by John McGrath. John taps it away, trying to make room to get space, being half tackled, but still John Ryan gets it there for Toomevara. Tackled now by John McGrath, evades the tackle and hits the ball from the Borris-Ileigh 65 metre line, dropping right down, dropping beautifully into the hands of Nolly Maher there. Nolly standing all alone, keeps it decided where Conor Stapleton has the run on his man, coming out there, pulls on it first time, gets the ball up, but going back to collect it there is Phil Shannon. Good intelligent play there by the backman. Seeing the danger, but he's puck running, goes and turns to John Doggy Ryan. John pans it over his head, not a great clearance. When he gets it towards Liam Flaherty. Liam Flaherty keeps it low into the far corner. Well, Michael Murphy now coming out from full forward, but Macrobeat gets out ahead of him, gets and shakes off the tackle up Tommy Carroll. Tommy Carroll gets back in the second attempt, takes a tackle there from John Ryan. Still gets thrown to swing his stick, swings it high, swings it good, and gets a good point for Toomevara there. And that possibly should have been cleared, but a good point there for the 2 men and keeping them well in touch. It's 9-5 now. We're now playing 3.5 minutes of the second half.
Excellent opening few minutes again. All to play for an exciting match. Now it's Tommy Dunn with the ball. Tommy run downfield.
And the ball dropping in right at dangerous ball dropping into the Borris-Ileigh square. They're coming out again to Tommy Dunn. Tommy Dunn keeps it low this time, strikes it, it curls, and it curls over the bar. It's just the deficit to 3 points.
The last few minutes now, Toomevara really getting their act together. They're getting 2 quick points in succession. Borris-Ileigh want to sort out their defence problems very soon.
And now, as it's 9 points to 6 and everything to play as Nolly Maher pucks it out to this side between Aidan Ryan and Phil Shannon. Aidan Ryan gets it, Phil Shannon knocks it away from him. Neither of them get it, and Aidan Ryan gets it at the break at the second attempt. Has used it intelligently towards Tom Stapleton, about to be tackled, but shakes off the Mickey in the lane. The ball breaks to Martin Hayes. Martin Hayes go moving out to take his puck in the field, getting by towards Timmy Stapleton. Timmy Stapleton on the ground. There too is Tom Stapleton. Tom Stapleton being hooked out toward nearer to the fence. Gets it back to Martin Hayes. Martin Hayes has plenty of speed, going right inside, shoots and sends it low, half knocked down there, very close to the touch line, into the inline. Phil Shannon relieves the ball and gets it out over his head. Over Joe Lucknan, bats it down, goes off the Toomevara man, stick there, Liam Flaherty, and it's going to be a line ball to the Borris-Ileigh men. And one of the Toomevara men, I think it's Liam Flaherty, has taken a knock in the face. And it's now just playing the very first lively 5 minutes of this second half. And Toom have reduced the deficit now to just 3 points once again. And Liam seems to have taken a knock in the face there. And when we resume play, it's going to be a line ball to the Borris men, and it's going to be the taker will be Aidan Ryan. And if he gets it right, I'm sure Aidan might be thinking about a score here. No, he keeps it low instead, gets it across to the far side. But out comes Michael O'Mara, pucks it and clears it out to centre. Coming across to catch it is John Ryan. John Ryan being bottled there by 2 Borris men. He still holds on to the ball, being followed. Still gets the ball low down to the far side, but when he starts Michael Ryan. Michael Ryan loses the ball there to Tommy Carroll. Tommy goes after it himself again. The ever defendable Michael, not so defendable there for once, but still gets the ball back. Very cool on the Borris defence there. He gets it back to Macrobeat. Macrobeat out to the unmarked, almost not marked for long, Liam Flaherty. The ball goes off the Toomevara man there, and it's going to be, well, the referee decides that it's going to be a Toomevara ball. And the linesman isn't too sure, but the referee decides that it's a Toomevara ball, so the referee, I suppose, is the boss. in 6 minutes of this second half, and Michael Nolan, it's a free in fact, so it's right on the Borris-Ileigh 65 metre line and about 6 metres in from touch. As he rises now, hits it hard, it's tailing to the right, and it's gone to the right and gone wide. So the score remains, Borris-Ileigh 9 points, Toomevara 6 points, and all to play for. We've just gone 6.5, 7 minutes of this second half. Nolly Maher now pucks it out to the far side, a good puck out. Will drop now between Conor Stakelum and Declan Lamar. Declan Lamar collects the stylishly there, can't get room to swing his stick. He has the ball knocked away and goes after it himself. Comes back into the centre and clears it right intelligently into the middle, where it's breaking between two Toomevara men, and one of them is Kevin Kenda. He gets it inside now to Tommy Carroll. Tommy Carroll is inside, and one Michael Nolan. Michael Nolan looks at the post, shoots, and he sends it to the left, and definitely a golden opportunity when Toom had the overlap there of a score, missed.
At this stage now in the second half, it's possibly Toom's best spell.
And I wonder are some of the Toomevara, the Borris-Ileigh backs slowing down a bit, but Toom certainly had what you might say a 2-to-1 situation there, didn't avail of it. The puck out comes towards Aidan Ryan and Phil Shannon. Aidan collects it, half collects it, trying to keep off his Joe Lucknan is there as well, but in comes Liam Flaherty. Liam Flaherty very close to the touchline, loses it, goes to the ground. There is Aidan Ryan for Borris. Joe Lucknan is there too. They're there, but the ball breaks to Phil Shannon, who sidesteps John Ryan, the Borris-Ileigh John Ryan, and gets it a good attacking clearance inside the Borris-Ileigh 21. Macrobeat is back there, shakes off 2 tackles there of Toomevara, and still gets a good clearance out this side, dropping on his own 65 metre line, knocked away there by Phil Shannon over the touchline there, and it's going to be a line ball to the Borris-Ileigh men. A line ball to be taken by Dougie Ryan, as we're now 9 minutes of this second half. John Ryan, Dougie is his nicknamed brother of Bobby's, keeps it low into the centre. Ball breaks there, Joe Lucknan putting up his hand there, doesn't succeed, and 2 Toomevara men going after Joe Lucknan. He gets the advantage there, possible chop, and drops the ball right in, dropping on the 21-yard line, collected there by Michael Murphy. Michael Murphy trying to palm it through, but in, and now comes Bobby Ryan. The ball is staying right in the Macrobeat, had pulled on there, half pulled on by Michael, missed again, blocked inside there by Nolly Maher. Great save inside by Nolly Maher. Very solid, very late, brings the ball out. Michael Ryan trying to get it out now. Back, Toomevara trying to get it in. Back, that out of the danger area as Michael Murphy goes across the face of the goal. Gets it in dangerously towards Michael Nolan there, and John Joe Maher in there, and the ball goes over the end line and goes wide. Oh, great piece of defending there, a brilliant save there by Nolly Maher. He saw that ball very, very late. And certainly a great chance for Toom there, and they'll feel that they may have just been justified if they had scored a goal there, but brilliantly denied by the Borris defence. Nolly Maher coming out now. Borris coming under intense pressure. As the ball goes up, Aidan Ryan, Phil Shannon, the two of them go to the ground. There too is Michael O'Mara. Michael O'Mara goes to the ground. Decides that he's not getting a free. Tries to bottle his way out. And he wins the free at the second attempt. Well, I doubt that the decision is right, but the referee decides that it is. It's a free to the Toomevara men just inside their own 65 metre line, and about 5 or 6 metres in from touch. I see Joey Stapleton warming up down there. And just wonder if he's preparing to enter the fray. The dangerous ball drops right in again, and ball dropping right into the square, and brilliantly caught there by Macrobeat. Takes a heavy challenge and wins himself a free out. A great catch there by Macrobeat, and a heavy challenge after he had won the ball. And I just wonder who's going off the Borris team. I think it's John Ryan. Yes, John seems to be making his way out of the fray. And now, as we come up to 10.5 minutes of this second half, Jerry goes centre back and Bobby Ryan reverts to the wing. So in the meantime, Macrobeat, having made that great catch there, and I think a few old drops in the magic bottle and everything will be okay again. A couple of great passages of defending there by Borris in the last few minutes or so.
It's a real do-or-die titanic struggle. Borris-Ileigh are beginning to come back into it more now in the last few minutes.
I'm sure it will be significant to see how effective bringing in Joey Stapleton will be at this stage. And a late tackle there on Bobby Ryan after he had struck the ball, and the referee, a very good decision there, sees the late tackle, and it's another free in a scoreable position for the Borris men. And Conor Stakelum dead straight in front of the goals, and about 45 metres or so out from goal, prepares to take this one. Conor now rises, strikes, and hits it straight over the bar to increase Borris-Ileigh to 4 points once again. It's as we come up to 13 minutes, 12 or 13 minutes gone in this second half. It certainly is. The stage is set for a grandstand finish as the puck out from Jody Grace drops right down in the centre. Kevin Kennedy pulls there. The ball is knocked away by John McGrath. Gets it out of Sean Ryan for Borris. In there too, and pulling on it very hard there is Jerry Sterling. His puck is half blocked down. It comes to Liam Flaherty, or Terry Dunn, in fact. What's it? He strikes it over the bar and brings the scores back to just one score again. It's 10 points to 7 and everything to play for. As Nolly Maher pucks it out to the far side this time. Up the go between, and brilliantly caught there by John McGrath. John McGrath going away, thundering, and certainly a dubious decision there by the referee. But anyway, the referee's decision is final, and it's a chance for the two men to set up another attack and let the ball drop down. And quickly taken free by Michael O'Mara. It's locked by John McGrath. Justice being done, I suppose. John McGrath going back after it. Pulled on there by Martin Hayes. When he gets as far as Declan O'Mara, who leaves it after. Coming out to tackle him now. But then the ball knocked away from him again. Tom Stapleton in there for both. Michael O'Mara. The ball knocked away back in towards the Toon goal again. Phil Shannon comes out. Being tackled there by Aidan Ryan. Goes to the ground. Pans it into space. Added to there by Declan O'Mara. Getting over to the far side. Getting it over the line. It's going to be a line ball to the Borris-Ileigh, and just inside their own 65-metre line. Great excitement building around this area this evening. Certainly McDonough Park hasn't seen as exciting a match in a long time. As we enter the final 15 minutes or so of this fray, coming across to take this line ball is Jerry Stapleton. Jerry now keeps it low, doesn't get it very far. Gets it to Terry Dunn, who gets it to John Mark Liam Flaherty. Liam Flaherty lobs the ball dangerously into the Borris-Ileigh area again. Ball broken, brilliantly caught inside there by Mark Rabeat again. Has his puck blocked down by Michael Murphy. Michael Murphy loses it, goes to the ground. And there comes Mark Rabeat again. Mark Rabeat being tackled there as he comes out. And the ball and some heavy swinging in there. And there's men on the ground, there's men everywhere. But the ball is dead, and I'm sure it'll probably be a throw-in. And now the referee bringing out 2 players. I'm sure this is going to be a throw-in on the 20-metre line. And the pull is going to be between John Ryan and Jerry Stapleton, is it? Or Michael Nolan and Bobby Ryan? I'm not too sure. And the ball goes in. Bobby goes ahead, gets it, although he's going back towards his own goal, going very close to his own end line there, gets a good clearance in there, but only gets it out of Liam Flaherty. Liam Flaherty going away on his run, hands it in field where it comes to the unmarked Kevin Kennedy. Kevin Kennedy takes a good shoulder help. The ball goes low, blocked inside there by Michael Ryan, pulled on and out to by Michael Ryan, getting it out, following it out himself, and clearing it out. Toomevara man down into, but we can follow the play as the ball goes very close to the touchline, and gone over the touchline there, beats the best efforts of Conor Stakelum there, and has gone out for a line ball. And meanwhile Liam Flaherty, who take a fair old heavy challenge, I'd say, on his way in that time, and in the end there's a bit of a schmozzle on the far side here. I see I think it's maybe, and now we have a small bit of argy-bargy creeping into the game. And now Pat Maher is involved a bit there for Toomevara. I'm not too sure who else. Jody Boyle, I think, maybe involved a bit there as well. Meanwhile, Liam Flaherty seems to have taken a bit of a knock. As the score remains 10 points to 7. And Liam Flaherty seems to have taken a fair old knock, and he looks as though this is the second knock he's got now in the last few minutes, so I'm sure he must be feeling the worst of the wears at the time.
We're going tomorrow. Yeah. Come up to Borris today. If we win.
There's fierce hard tussles there in the last couple of minutes, but it's still anybody's game. It is a brilliant match. Everything you could ask for is out there today.
Meanwhile, everybody seems to be okay and back on their feet again. And I just wonder what the referee is going to resume with now. He's going to resume with the line ball to Toomevara. Tommy Dunn to take it. This could be dangerous if he hits it well. He hits it and get it very far, but it's a dangerous ball dropping inside there, being added to and pulled out there, not very far. Martin Hayes gets it out of the shot. Kevin Kennedy coming out after, being tackled there by Bobby Ryan. Takes a small little nudge on the back there, and the referee penalises the Borris man there, and it's going to be a chance for Toom to reduce the deficit to at least 2 points.
17 minutes, I reckon.
17 minutes or so of this second half gone, and Toom will be back to as close as they've been to Borris in a long time when this free is taken, if he pops it over, which he should. Hits it now, hits it, and he tails it to the right and tails it wide. And you know, it's ironic, but if Borris could do it in the first half, well, Toom are doing it in the second half. And as the score remains 10 points to 7, everything to play for. As Nolly Maher comes to take this puck out now, Nolly gives it all his might and pucks a high ball up into the clouds. Aidan Ryan and Phil Shanahan, neither of them get it. Well, Phil Shanahan will now. The line beats both men, and the ball is to the Borris man. Martin Hayes down there now, about to take this one. And Martin taking great care. I suppose every few seconds precious for Borris now, as they're in the ascendancy at the minute. And Martin now, making sure he has plenty of spring in the hurling. Studies himself, keeps it low, doesn't get it very far, gets as far as Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan half loses to Phil Shanahan. This could be work out, and they're going after now is Aidan Ryan. 3 Borris men, very being followed there by Tommy Dunn. 2 men tackling him now. And the ball going right into the centre, dropping inside there, but Tommy Dunn collects it and going away now, crossing he's in front of his own goal, but still going away in a brilliant solo and passes it ahead. About to be tackled by John McGrath, loses it to John McGrath. John McGrath has his puck and turn blocked down by Declan Maher. Gets it at the second attempt, and Borris men all over as he looks, shoots and drives it to the right and drives it wide. Well, it certainly may count as a chance missed for Borris as we remain on a knife edge. 10 points. 10 points to 7, and let's see Aidan Ryan very sportingly there, tending to Phil Shanahan when he received a knock. As Jody Grace pucks it out, a long ball down the middle of the field. Batted down there brilliantly by Martin Hayes to John McGrath. First time up the centre. Up they go for Nicholas in the lane, comes out. The ball breaks inside. Going back is Roy Breslan. Being followed now by Jody Boyd. Roy Breslan back in there. Gets it out, clears it out. This side between Aidan Ryan and Phil Shanahan. And the ball breaks between them, but goes behind Michael O'Mara. There's Tom Stelton being tackled by Phil Shanahan. Kicks the ball ahead. Gets it somewhere. The ball breaking inside there. About to be kicked out. Booted out a bit there by Michael O'Mara. In there too is Martin Hayes for Borris. But Phil Shanahan gets it to Liam Flaherty, pulls, misses. Bobby Ryan intercepts it. Back to Phil Shanahan for Toom, who hits it low into the centre. And back to is Jerry Stelton. That's his first touch, lets him down, but gets it. But loses instead to Kevin Kendi. Kevin Kendi shoots wild and shoots over his head and shoots right and shoots wide. Well, certainly the amount of pressure that's been exerted on forwards in this game is little wonder that they're shooting hurriedly and shooting wide, as both defences are very, very tight. 10-7, Borris lead. Now with 10 minutes to go, can Doom do it or can Borris hold on? Out it goes to the far side. John McGrath puts up his hand, well, the ball touches something before it touches his hand, or else it goes straight in. And it goes off it to Toomevara man now. It's a line ball for Borris. The linesman just going over to check that everything is okay, and he gives the line ball to Borris, and John McGrath will be the taker of this one. And if he gets rightly behind it, it should be a dangerous ball dropping inside the Toomevara 21. Doesn't, he gets it a low one instead. When he gets it as far as Tom Stelton, having great difficulty in picking it up, loses it and releases it instead. But the ball is lost to Tommy Dunn. Tommy Dunn clears and sends an attacking ball dropping in between Michael Murphy and Mark Robbie. Mark Robbie collects it again stylishly and sends it out to this side. Up goes Tommy Dunn, has the ball knocked away from him. Ball breaking into the centre. Comes to Liam Flaherty. Liam Flaherty is tackled by Martin Hayes. Ball broken to John McGrath. Goes off John McGrath. But John McGrath going back there, trying to pick it up. 2 Toomevara men around. It doesn't not an easy thing to do. So a free out there for a late challenge on John McGrath. So he had released that ball. So it's going to be a free out to Borris.
Titanic struggle. John McGrath about to take a free, which should relieve the pressure from Borris-Ileigh. Toom not giving up. They're going to fight to the bitter death.
Well, no reason for them to give up. I guess there's only one score in it. And certainly, with the amount of excitement that's being generated, you need a little refreshment here. Oh, and John tops this one. But out, maybe it may not be so bad yet for them as the ball is broken down. Declan O'Mara kind of stays him going in after. Gets it at the second attempt, doesn't pick it up. Liam Flaherty knocks it away from him. The ball is broken back into the net. Declan O'Mara collects it now for Toomevara. Sends the attacking ball down the centre between Jerry Stelton there. Beautifully added to by Kevin Kendi. Into the on Michael Murphy. Shoots! And it's off the crossbar, unbelievably. But and the ball coming out off the crossbar. It comes back to Michael Murphy, who shoots and sends it over the bar.
A gilt-edged opportunity. One and wonder how he hit the crossbar. He had nobody to beat. The ball broke inside fairly quick, and Michael Murphy was on his own.
A sensational escape for Borris-Ileigh, a sensational miss for Toomevara, and the Borris men still lead 10 points to 8. as the ball comes out to this side this time. Joe Lucknan going up for Phil Shannon. Neither of them get it. Back there is Micheline Delaney. Lets it go to ground. Takes the challenge there by Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan very close to his own touchline. Is fouled as he gets away from Micheline Delaney, and it's going to be a free to Borris. Well, total wholehearted commitment from both sides here now. And who would bet on this match not ending in a draw? As we've now got 7 minutes to go. I think everybody would love to see it a draw for another bite of the cherry. As Connor now prepares to take this free. About 55 metres and about 3 metres in from touch. Connor rises, strikes. It's tailing, it's holding, it's tailing a bit, and it's tailed to the left. So the score remains 10 points to 8. Borris holding on, but grimly, as Jody Grace pucks it out now, a mighty puck down the centre. Michael Nolan out now, Bobby Ryan is there, the ball back down to Kevin Kendi. Kevin Kendi shoots and Kevin Kendi scores, and now there's just 1 point in it. Kevin has reduced the deficit now to just 1 point. It's now 10 points to 9. As Nody Maher pucks it out to the far side this time. High ball dropping in there. Bang back is Michael O'Mara. Michael O'Mara going around to Jody Boyle. Coming away, trying to get away from Jody Boyle. Takes the tackle there, is fouled as he does so, and it's now going to be a free to Toom. And now more pressure on the Borris backline. And I see switches on the Borris team as Martin Hayes seems to be moving back up the field. Michael O'Mara now coming up and taking this one, and I'm sure this will be a dangerous dropping ball. It's dropping maybe too far from it. Seeing a dangerous ball dropping in there. Michael Murphy has it again. Keeps it in play. Pans into us, but back there too is Jerry Stapleton. Jerry Stapleton is tackled there at the side stand. Jerry wins himself a free, and it's a free out to Borris. And a bit of relief there as we're now 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes for Toomevara to rescue it. 5 minutes for Borris to hold on. And it's ironic that the Borris men have not scored in the last quite a number of minutes. Borris have not registered a score. So as Knockrebeat was having an outstanding game at fullback, comes out, takes this puck, pucks it to the stars as far as ever it can go between Aidan Ryan up there, collects it neatly in his hand, Brace jinks his way through, is fouled as he does so. A brilliant catch there by Aidan Ryan, and almost jinks his way through. So a chance for Connor to put Borris 2 points to the good, and certainly they will need to score this one. As Connor steadies himself to take this free, strikes, puts it over. A very important free for Borris-Ileigh with minutes remaining. And we have about 4 minutes or so remaining, plus injury time. And Borris just got that 2 points in front again. This will be a mighty puck out by Jody Grace, I'm sure, turning defence into attack once again. Jody hits it as far as ever he can, up into the clouds, dropping down there, collected there by Liam Flaherty. Liam Flaherty hits a number ball, dropping in there, caught brilliantly under the crossbar there. A difficult one for a goalkeeper by Nolly Mahay. Loses it, but Nolly is cool as ever, and right across the face of the goal, and it's a goal! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And it's a bit too cool there. It's a bit too cool there, I suppose. And dear, I don't know, but can Borris do it? Toom hit the front for the first time. Now we'll see whether Borris can respond or not. This game is not lost yet. As Michael O'Mara comes out of the ball. And going back there, checking with Aidan Ryan and winning himself a free. Well, I don't see why Borris should panic all of a sudden. It's only, it was a misfortune to happen, and it can happen in any game. So as Toom hit the front, so it looks now as though the two men can hold on. And now, as Michael O'Mara's puck drops dangerously into the square there, breaking inside there, and he could go anywhere. Borris defence holding firm there. Michael Ryan bringing it out of small. John McGrath over there, the ball goes off the Borris man there, and it's going to be a line ball to Toom. Everything's running Toom's way at the minute as Borris prepare to make a substitution. 3 minutes left. Seamus Maher, young county minor, entering the fray, and certainly a lot will be asked of him if he can be the match winner or the match saver. As now